Are you sitting here watching this video today and really just don't have an idea in which direction to turn when it comes to day trading? You don't know which market you want to trade. You don't know which platform to use. Let's kind of talk about those things because they're really important. But before you actually start even taking interest in a market to trade, you have to ask yourself, is this something that you're passionate about? You have to feel on the inside as motivated and inspired to want to trade, because it is probably going to be one of the most hardest but rewarding ventures that you take in life. Okay, it's a lot different than just working a 9-to-5 job when you have a solid income that's coming in each and every month. As day traders, we know there's lots of risks that come with day trading, right? And trading. What money? Okay, we're putting our capital on the line. It doesn't matter if you trade with your own personal funds or maybe using prop firm money. It is your money or someone else's money that you are actually using, investing into the market each day, and either you're going to sink or you're going to sell. Okay, so when I say sell, I mean move forward and make money, become profitable. All right. So with all that said, yeah, you really have to figure out if this is something that you really are passionate about. I've met so many people. I've met so many people in the past that started off trading and did their homework and research, and today they're successful. And then I met other people and asked them and said, hey, what are you doing today? And they're no longer actually trading anymore. They just didn't have the fire. They didn't have the fuel. They didn't have the passion to want to carry it through. There could have been things at hand that really brought them to the point to where they just stopped trading, where they quit. All right. And that could be because they blew accounts time and time again, blowing through money, and they never took the opportunity to really learn the correct way of trading. All right. So it's something that has to fuel you on the inside. I mean, because like I said, it is a difficult task to accomplish in learning how to trade correctly. And each market is different. All right. So that's number one, is figuring out, is this even something that you want to do? All right. And if it is, then you hold strong to it. All right. Then you start turning it to the next chapter to figure out chapter 2. What is it that I need to do? Well, what you need to do to get started really is figure out a market you want to trade. Which market? Is it going to be something in the option markets? Is it going to be futures? Is it going to be Forex? You have to figure out what it is that you're going to take the most interest in and stick with that, okay? Some people are great at trading multiple things. They may trade options. They may trade Forex. For me, it was always futures. I was presented with the idea of futures, and I stuck with it, and I prefer to trade the indices, and that's just my cup of tea. But everybody's different, okay? I just learned how to trade the Emini S&P 500. I like the movement, the behavior of the market, how it actually moves. So it's just something that I stick with every single day when I'm intraday trading, and I love the trading. Okay, and of course there's other things that come with that as far as the reason why I like to trade it is the tick value is actually higher. So to me, I don't really have to put on as much risk because I know how to trade it, and it's more rewarding in a sense. So, but I'm not trying to knock anyone who trades, say for instance, the micro ES or the micro E-minis. Oh, excuse me, not the micro E-minis. The micro S&P 500, say for instance, okay, futures. You just have to build up, okay, because some people may not have the capital or the account size to really go and leverage so much money in the market, okay. So figuring out those pieces, figuring out which market, that you really are interested in actually trading. Tackle that. Then you start doing your homework. Start devising, a trading plan to trade, just how you should trade, everything. I mean, from even the getting your mind right psychologically, preparing yourself to be able to look at the charts daily. If you got a bad day, maybe it's not a good day to trade, okay, if you're having a bad day. But you devise a trading plan. That includes your strategy, as well. So devise a trading plan, stick with it. It is going to be the guidance, the rules, what guides you into being successful each and every day, all right? But before we start doing all that, devising a trading plan, you really need to figure out Also, what platform do you actually want to use? I know there's a variety of platforms out there that people can actually use to trade future markets. Say, for instance, for me, I'm a futures trader, and the NinjaTrader. I started with NinjaTrader, and I've always used NinjaTrader. Years ago, NinjaTrader was only, you could only trade futures. I mean, today you can trade other markets, as well. So I'm a futures trader, and I'm sure a lot of you guys who are actually watching this video are future traders as well. So yes, there's NinjaTrader, there's Trader8. I hear people using Thinkorswim. What else is there? Sierra. Sierra, I hear a lot of great things about Sierra. Sierra was around from the beginning time when I started trading, and it was kind of a toss of a coin for me to use Sierra or NinjaTrader. But I was as well as just like I said, introduced to the future markets. I started viewing charts using NinjaTrader, and I just stuck with that. Okay, so I never used any other charting platform. And a lot of people ask me questions about which charting platform to use. I can only speak on NinjaTrader because I've been using it since day one, and I haven't had a problem with it. Okay. I think it's one of the older platforms that have been around for a while, and it's known for futures trading, so I just stuck with it. Broker-wise, I mean, you have to find a broker that you can, use with NinjaTrader, say for instance. But NinjaTrader has their own brokerage, brokerage and services, whatever the case is, and their fees are phenomenal. I mean, they have great fees, or what they call round term fees. So you you got to figure out, cost wise, what works for you for your budget. NinjaTrader, you can buy a lifetime license, which I believe is $1,000, whatever the case is. And with the $1,000, with the lifetime license, you get all the bells and whistles. You get everything packaged in. And they also do a lease option where you pay quarterly, pretty much every 3 months. And they do have a free option that you can use, but I never really use that. I don't think you get a lot of options, and I'm not sure if it's just for simulation or not. But I don't, I have a lifetime license, so to me it just makes sense doing it that way, and then owning your license right out. So I went with NinjaTrader. I'm not telling you guys to go with NinjaTrader, but maybe you would. My second option probably would be take a look at Sierra charts. I hear a lot of people are now starting to use Trader8. Don't know much about Trader8, but you can take a look into it. But like I said, it all boils down to the cost at hand. What are you being charged for commission fees? And if you also charge any kind of platform fees as well. So, but outside of that, that's the platform. Finding a great broker that years ago, NinjaTrader allowed you the opportunity to go on the outside and use a different broker, or a broker that they actually preferred or offered. It was listed on their company website, on NinjaTrader's website. And I use AMP Futures. AMP Futures, I've used them since the time that NinjaTrader basically advertised them as a business partner in a sense. It's one of the brokerage services that you could use. Today, AMP and NinjaTrader no longer do business together. But because I was grandfathered in at the beginning, or because I started using AMP Futures and never disconnected from them, or broke ties with AMP, the moment that NinjaTrader and AMP broke ties from doing business together, I was still able to use AMP as my choice of broker, because I'm grandfathered in now. And so if you're a newcomer or someone new that's looking for a broker, a futures broker, I would turn and look at NinjaTrader. AMP is not an option now, but I would turn to see, what kind of commission fees that you would actually be charged with using NinjaTrader, and also turn to see if they allow you to use any other brokerage services or companies outside of just them. All right, because I know now they have their own brokerage and in-house brokerage service. So outside of that, those are two probably the biggest things that you really need to figure out: is the platform, is the brokerage service piece, and from there it really boils down to doing your homework, doing your research, devising a trading plan. When I say that, I mean devising a trading plan, doing the homework and the research part. you have to be able to understand the core concepts of trading. And if I was to give you today 2 tips, 2 pointers that would put you like more than 75% in the right direction of what you need to do to get start trading. Learn, understand market structure, okay? Outside of that, price action. You could trade from a pure naked chart. I'm telling you, you could trade from a pure naked chart. I was told this many years ago when I had so much stuff on my chart. When I say stuff, I mean indicators. And all I did was confuse the living daylights out of me. And I was using this strategy, trying to couple it in or incorporate it in with other strategies, using indicators. And it just like, I got nowhere with it. There was no leeway. I was making a little bit of money one day, losing it the next day. So I would highly recommend starting from a naked chart. Okay, all right. And trust me when I say this, it's like looking at something fresh and clean. There's nothing there. It's easier to understand market structure and price action, and then eventually you'll get so good at doing it that maybe all you want to do is maybe use volume. All I use is volume profile. Outside of that, the chemical delta that I have at the bottom of my chart, I take a look at it, but it's not something that I actually force in my trading. I'd say I really use into my trading. I'm a pure price action trader. Supply and demand is a style of trading that that surrounds my style of trading, and I have a simple strategy of how I use supply and demand. But outside of that, it's just all about doing your homework, understanding which markets you want to trade or which market you want to trade. Devise a trading plan. Understand the core concepts of how you should trade or about trading, market structure, and price action, and devising a strategy, putting together a great strategy to be able to trade. Outside of that, you have the little things like the platforms and the brokers broker you should use and things like that. But that's pretty much it in a nutshell. It doesn't take much to really get started. Other than that, it takes capital. People ask, one of the $1 million questions that people ask all the time: how much money do I need to start trading? It depends on you, to be honest with you. But I always tell people, rule of thumb. To me, I mean, if you really want to be comfortable and you really want to be comfortable. When I say comfortable, I mean really don't want to have too much headache or stress about, I'll put $1,000 in my account and you may lose it tomorrow. I would probably say around $5,000 maybe would be a comfortable area to really start with. I'm not saying you can't start with $2,500, but if you started with a lower amount of capital, I would highly recommend that you take a look at and trade the micros before you start stepping into the E-minis, all right? All right, so let's take a look at a couple trades that I took pre-session. This is before 9:30 Eastern time when the stock exchange opens. So I took 2 entries this morning, okay, prior to the session opening. I think one was around right here, okay, around 7:15. I was up. I had a couple things I needed to take care of, after the market opening up this morning at 9:30 Eastern time, my time, because I wasn't able to start trading, during the session open. So 2 quick entries off of basic rejections at the price broke structure to the upside. So anyone that knows how I trade, I always like to use a top-down approach when I'm trading, and that's looking at a higher time frame and kind of getting a directional bias of the market. If depending on how price is moving. So if it's making lower lows and lower highs, I would be looking to take pullbacks to an area of supply and then trading, going short again. So, but I always like to look at a higher time frame and then pair that with a lower time frame below that, meaning like my 60 range and my 12 range, which is my anchor chart, and I use it as my entry chart sometimes. And then sometimes I'll trade straight off a 12 range and a 4 range chart. So using the 12 as a higher time frame, marking or finding areas of supply and demand, and then using the 4 range to kind of zoom in and trade rejections and pullbacks, okay? So basically, if we look at the 12 range here, I just want to kind of show you what led up to these 2 entries this morning, and that was just price making these higher highs and higher lows, noticing that the strength of the market was to the upside. So we have a bullish market, all right, moving to the upside. And what I noticed here was that price made these highs here, broke structure on the way down pretty much on a pullback, okay, just to push up higher, all right? So at that point there, you just kind of mark areas of supply and demand. So I actually, on these entries here, I marked a demand zone, okay, and I traded based when I saw the rejection. So these 2 trades were strictly based on the 12 range chart, just purely just by itself, okay? So price breaking structure on the way back down, turn it around. This is probably nothing more than just a retracement, a pullback, what we saw here with the strength of the market to the upside. It turns back around and starts making higher highs and higher lows. And as it's doing that, it's taking out, swing levels, small swing levels on this leg to the downside, pushes higher. It breaks structure right here, meaning taking out this area of resistance right here. Then basically what I'm looking for now is just a pullback to an area of supporting the area of demand in a sense, okay? So when price pulls back, I had this little area here marked because a lot of buying came out of this area. Price comes back to it. I saw the rejection on the 12 range. Green candle flip to the upside. We didn't break below this area, okay, which is this right here. Break below this little supporting area of support, okay? So when price did it, this is called a supporting swing. So price pulls back, rejects it, green candle closes. I take the trade to basically from here basically up to here, okay? So basically right here. All right, so if you got in right here at 4104, you take it on up to 4109 or 4110, okay? But there was also a second failed entry if you didn't get in this failed entry here. So I got it on here. That's why I drew this rectangle box here, okay? Right here, this area here of demand where the aggressive buying came out of. Price pushes up higher, okay? Rejects this area. What does it do? It pushes lower. Now it's made a lower low, okay? On the pretty much this is as price is moving, you can't fully see and understand if it's just going to continue pushing lower and coming down here and taking out this area of support right here, which is the supporting swing right here, okay? So it doesn't do that though. It continues pushing up, as we can see here, all right? But let's go back to what I was talking about. So price fails here, rejection, take the trade, go long. Price pushes up, you get into a trade, you take out, and then price pulls back to the same area again, okay? The supporting swing right here. What happens? It rejects. It doesn't break below this area of support right here, okay? Rejects, green candle closes above this red candle right here, go long, okay? So where are you going to take it to? At least to the high here, all right? This most recent swing high, take it there and take it on up to the tops too. So if you got two contracts, basically I'll take my first contract out here, then let my running contract take it on up to the next high, meaning that the high that sits above this one here is right here, okay? So the high of this swing here is what I'm trying to say. So this big swing to the upside, okay? Price pulls back, rejects a supporting swing, enter to go long, take your entry, price gives you a second chance right here, pulls back again. What do? Price rejects, go long. You can take a first contract here out, or take all your contracts out, and then and then continue. Price continues to push higher up to this higher here. So far I've only taken 2 trades today, pre-session, and those 2 trades were pre-session before the market opened up. And looking at the market right now, there's really not much going on. In a sense, we just continue making these higher highs and higher lows. So that's all I basically do is look for breaks of structure in the market and look for a pullback. So it's retracement trade into an area of supply and demand. In this case here, it more so is going to be an area of supply. But price did push up here to around 41.37. It must have rejected that area for some reason. We'll look out here. We'll look on the 60 range chart. And let's see. Yeah, it's projecting this area right here. That's where we're at today. It's projecting this area here. A lot of selling came out of it. So this is a supply area off of this swing to the downside here. So this is a supporting area of supply or supporting swing off this larger swing. So price is rejecting that area. So that's why it's rejected. It on the 12 range chart, we see that area of rejection right there. So and looking at this, price rejected, push lower, breaking through some area of structure to the downside, and then it's turning back around and looking at things. Let's see. All right, so right now I wouldn't really trade. We're in a wedge, and I'm gonna show you guys. Let's move this out the way. We're in a wedge, so we have this high here, low here, and then price is within this leg right here. So we're trading within this wedge right here. Okay, if you guys can visualize that. Now I would have probably taken a trade if I was in the market around 10:25, 10:30 this morning. Why? Because this high right here, price made it 41.37. If you look at it, what's going on in the market, what did it do? I said this a short bit ago. This is an area of supply off the 60 range, okay? This came from where, if you look at where the market made a move to the downside here, turned around, okay? Turn around, rebroke structure back to the upside, then turns around, meaning taking out this area right here, then turns around, break structure back down to the downside. So this area here, which it created with a lot of selling that came, a lot of selling activity right here, this is supply. And then, let's see, we also have an area of supply sitting up here. Price gets back to it on the 60 range. But, okay, so we hit this area right here on the 60 range. Right here, like I said, at 41.37, say, all right, supply zone on the 60 range. And if you look at your 12 range, all right, this is what I'm talking about, pairing the two charts together. Price rejects this right here. So how would I trade that? I wait for price to tap into that area on the 60 range chart, that supply zone, okay? Then look for a breaker structure, price push down, okay? Push down. What does it do? Take out structure right here. Wait for the retest, or not retest, but the pullback, retracement. Wait for the rejection. And once you get the a candle close to the downside, meaning closing below this green candle right here, red candle closing below this green candle, take it back down to the lows right here at least, okay? At least, all right? So I would have taken that trade there on that setup off the 60 range supply on a pullback, looking for the rejection to go short, all right? Right now, I really don't see, because we're moving sideways in a wedge right now, and I'm really not entertaining primarily any trades. Now, if price, for whatever reason, tends to maybe want to run back down to this area right here, around 41.11, 41.10 area, maybe possibly down here to 41.07. This area could possibly be a zone, but we have to be careful if price does, because it did, when it pushed up here and took out this area structure right here, it pulled back, okay? So when it did pull back right there, what did it do? It pretty much almost tapped into this area right here, this area of demand that it created, or demand was created right here. So there's an area of demand created right here, and then the market starts pushing higher. So at this moment, I would be standing down. Now, price breaks this structure right here at 41.37. We have to be mindful, like I said, because on the 60 range, there's a bigger area of supply sitting up here. So price may break 41.44 and push higher. If it does, then we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But right now we have this high sitting up here, 41.37. It could break that and then pull back, and then we can look for a entry to go long. But be mindful, because we have supply sitting right above us. All right. So that's really pretty much how I would trade this if I was to continue to look at the market, and the market was actually to make a move here soon, which it may, but we're in this wedge right now. And I'm going to stand down right now. Like I said, my entries would have been right here, pullback, second test right here, rejection right here on off the 60 range supply area, pullback, rejection, go short. So both of these was a long one, long two, short right here, okay? And possibly, let's see, I don't know if I would have went long here on this pullback. More than likely not at all. No, I wouldn't have taken that long, because you have resistance right above us here. So yeah, I'm standing down right now. I'm going to wait for price to kind of show itself and see from there, possibly what it would do the rest of the day. But we're only looking at maybe 2 hours left in the trading session or trading day. That's it. And I typically don't like trading after 3 o'clock, because market tends to get a little volatile then. So I made this call today. Short day, short session, and that's going to be it. But yeah, I appreciate everyone who's tuned in, who's watched the videos, and watched today's video for sure. And if you're, if you are a someone new watching the channel for the first time, I have tons of videos on the channel showing my live recorded sessions of me trading the ES futures, which is the Emini S&P 500, as well. So you can go back and watch some of those videos. I have lots of content, valuable information that I put into a lot of the videos. If you're interested in possibly join the Discord. We have a great Discord community for this channel here. You can just find that link down in the description portion of this video. That Discord is basically a community where it was created for, us as future traders to come together and share ideas and thoughts. I think we have about 270 plus members now in the community, and each day we talk about, like I just said, we kind of help each other along. We share our ideas, our thoughts in the market. Tons of traders in there. Some of us have different strategies, which some traders, excuse me, guys, tend to like to show their own strategy and how they trade their markets, whatever the case is. Nothing wrong with that, because I know we all trade differently. But yeah, it's just a great community. It's a question and answer type forum. If you have a question, someone's always probably most likely got the answer. And we continue to grow each and every day. So if you wanted to join a wholesome group of fellow traders that trade the future markets, doesn't matter if you trade the ES, doesn't matter if you trade the NASDAQ, doesn't matter if you trade crude, doesn't matter if you trade any of the currencies like 6C or commodities, gold, silver. It doesn't matter, guys. Just come and join a good, wholesome team of, community where there's future traders that come together and we share our ideas. So that's there. If you want to join the Discord, just find that link down in the description portion of the video. And that's pretty much going to be it for today. All I ask is that you please drop a like on the video. Okay, please drop a like on the video as well. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please take the time to click on the red button, the subscribe button, and make sure to click on the little bell icon next to it so that you never miss one of the uploads. Appreciate you guys. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.